Hello students, in our last video we have discussed about fundamental terms in the coordination compounds. So in this video we'll discuss about Werner's theory of complex compounds. This theory was proposed by Alfred Werner in 1898. He was studied a series of compounds, number of cobalt 3 chloride compounds with ammonia solution, and he observed many points in this theory. We discuss one by one. It is one of the important 3 marks question from this topic. Okay, now it was proposed by Alfred Werner in 1898. He studied a series of cobalt complexes, cobalt 3 chloride with ammonia complexes. And in this he added AgCl to cobalt 3 chloride ammonia complexes, and he observed few Cl minus ions are precipitated as AgCl and few will be remained in a particular solution. So by that he confirmed the coordination number of cobalt and structures of cobalt, conductivity of cobalt complexes. And when excess of AgNO3 solution is added to above compounds, few Cl minus ions precipitated as AgCl, some Cl minus ions remained in solution. It means he has taken a cobalt chloride ammonia complex. When AgNO3 added, AgNO3 and Cl minus in the cobalt complex precipitated as AgCl. Few are precipitated, few remained in a particular solution. So by this he observed many important facts. So we'll study point by point. So he observed these compounds and he added excess of AgNO3. It is excess of AgNO3. Then what happened is 3 moles of AgCl formed. 3 moles of AgCl formed in the first case. Again here also he added excess of AgNO3. Here 2 moles of AgCl formed, precipitated as AgCl is a precipitate. Next, to this also he added excess of AgNO3 with a cobalt chloride ammonia complex. So he got 1 mole of AgCl Here also he added excess of H. And finally he got again 1 mole of AgCl. These two compounds formula same, but properties are different. That's why named as isomers simply. So now in this case, if you observe 3 moles of AgCl, it means which is easily removed, which is easily ionizable outside ions, counter ions, last video discussed. So counter ion means it must be outside. So here Cl3 there, totally 3 Cls. How many Cls are here also? 3. These 3 Cls precipitated outside. Remaining how many? 6 NH3s. Here the form is CO, central atom. NH3 is how many? Totally 6. NH3 is not precipitated here. 6. Next, bracket closed. So excess of AgNO3 added. 3 Cls are precipitated with 3 Ag plus ions as 3 AgCl. Remaining is CO and 6 NH3. So now this is the complex form. Next, this is here 2 AgCl formed. 2 AgCl means CO, only 2 removed as a AgCl, 1 left, and another is NH3s, totally 5. NH3 is 5, Cl1. The charge will be plus 3. Similarly here also, 4 NH3, excess, only 1 AgCl. So 1 Cl removed as a AgCl pipette. Remaining are CO, left NH3s are 4 and left Cls are 2. Charge will be, okay, we will decide the charge afterwards. Next, 1 AgCl formed, same like the above one, it is also as it is. You just observe clearly, all the Cls are ionizable. Ionizable ions you can put outside of the square bracket. 6 NH3s will not be ionizable. Those must be inside. By this he has written like this. This one will be written as CO NH3 6 times 3 Cls eliminated as AgCl. It means ionizable, removed as a Cl minus with Ag, then AgCl. So those must be written outside. Next, this one, CO NH3 5 times. Among these 3, only 2 will be eliminated outside. It means 2 Cl outside, Cl2, and 1 more Cl will be inside. Clear it is? 3 ionizable as a 3 AgCl. Ionizable means outside, 3. Here 2 AgCl formed. It means 2 Cls ionizable. That's why 2 Cls outside. Next, after this, in this case, third one is 1 AgCl. 1 AgCl means only 1 Cl is outside, remaining 4 NH3s and Cl2 inside. And for the, it is a third one and it is a fourth one. So first, second, third, fourth. So it is first, it is second, third, fourth also as it is. Just observe all these complexes. Here how many chloride ions outside? 3 chloride ions, 3 AgCl formed. ionizable. But inside ions never involved in the precipitation. Next, one AgCl, only two AgCls form, that's why two chloride ions ionizable. One Cl, it means one AgCl precipitated, one Cl only precipitated as AgCl, that's why only one chloride ion outside. So these are the four complexes he observed clearly. Finally, he gave like this. With different colors. CO, Cl3, 6NH3. By the addition of AgNO3, it can be written as CONH3 6 times Cl3. It will be converted into CONH3 6 times plus 3 plus 3Cl minus ions. These are ionizable and removed as a AgCl, 3 AgCl. It is 1, it is 3. So, which one? 1:3 electrolyte it is. It is 1:3 electrolyte. 1 cation, 3 anions. Totally 4 ions. CO, Cl3, 5NH3. It can be written as, after reaction, CO, NH3, 5 times, 1 Cl inside, 2 Cls outside. Because 2 AgCls will be formed in the second one. So, if on addition of water, then gives rise to CO, NH3, 5 Cl plus 2 Cl minus. Yes. 2 Cl's gone, that's why it is a plus 2. 1 cation, 2 anions. It is 1:2 electrolyte. This is 1:2 electrolyte. Already colors given: yellow, purple, green, violet. Third compound is CO, Cl3, 4NH. It can be written as CO. In third case, only outside 1 Cl, inside 2 Cls. Cl2 it is inside. Then on ionization, it is converted into CONH3 4 times. Next, Cl2. Outside only 1 Cl minus. Minus 1, obviously it is a plus 1. This is 1, this is 1. It is 1:1 electrolyte. So it is 1:1. Another one, CO, Cl3, 3NH3. It can be written as CO, NH3, thrice Cl3. All are inside only. All are inside. When I add water, here it is the only one, no ionizable ions, no ion here. Only one ion. No ion, nothing but. Because outside no counter ions, it will never dissociate it into simple ions, because these 3 and 3 ligands are directly contact with the cobalt, that bond will never breaks. So by this we can observe a few conclusions. These all 4 complexes, if you observe, NH3 and Cl both are unidentate ligands. CONH3, NH3 6 inside except cobalt, remaining are ligands. dative bonds. 6 NH3s, 6 is the coordination number. 5 plus 1, 6 is the coordination number. 4 plus 2, 6 is the coordination number. 3 plus 3, 6 is the coordination number. Coordination number for cobalt complexes experimentally find out as 6. We have studied already. And the first one is 1:3 type, 1:2 type, 1:1 type, 0 it is. Now, total number of ions formed by this is 1 plus 3, 4, 1 plus 2, 3, 1 plus 1, 2, number of ions. Now, by this, he observed few points. Here, chloride or NH3 or either or both can directly bond with which one, that is the central cobalt atom, by the addition of excess of Ag and O3. Another point he observed is, so here coordination number must be 6 in all these cases. That 6 satisfied by chloride ion, NH3 ion, or both in some complexes, and colors also written. And also another point he observed is conductivity of the cobalt complexes. In this conductivity especially, conductivity is directly proportional to the number of ions. 1 plus 3, 4 ions, here 4 ions. 1 plus 2, totally 3 ions formed in water. 1 plus 1, 2 ions, here no ion. Number of ions increases, conductivity also increases. More number of ions in the first case, conductivity is more for the first one. Very less number of ions in the last case, very less conductivity for the last one. He observed the conductivity as well as coordination number. Finally, he found that cobalt contact with always 6 ligands, coordination number is 6. That number is simply he indicated as secondary valence. It means number of ligand directly bonded to the cobalt central atom are 6 only. So 6, 5 plus 1, 6, 4 plus 2, 6, 3 plus 3, 6. So that number he proposed as secondary valency. Clear it is? So then we will write all these points one by one. Okay. By all those observations, he gave these points. In that, the first point is, he explained conductivity also. If number of ions increases, conductivity also increases. And 6 groups must be in contact with cobalt. That's why coordination number equal to 6. So those 6 may be chloride ion, NH3 ions, or both. 6 groups, either Cl minus NH3 both remain bonded to the cobalt during the reaction. Reaction means when you add excess of AgNO3, AgCl will be formed. So the atoms or groups within the square bracket, it means coordination entity, does not dissociated into simple ions. The ions outside only converted into, the atoms outside only converted into ions. And he proposed a word called secondary valency. It means number of directly contacting groups with a central metal atom. So number of directly bonded groups to the cobalt, that is equal to 6 in cobalt complexes. Now we will write the important postulates of Werner's theory. According to this theory, the central metal atom in a complex, which is located in a square bracket, shows 2 types of valencies. One is a primary valency, another one is a secondary valency. The central metal atom is a D block element which shows 2 types of valencies, also called linkages. One is a primary valence, another one is a secondary valence. Actually, point by points you can write, otherwise you can write as a differences. First one is primary valence. Second one is secondary valence. As your wish. One is a primary valence, second one is a secondary valence. Primary valence is numerically equal to oxidation state. Primary valence is equals to oxidation state of central atom or ion. Secondary valence is equals to coordination number of central atom or ion. Simply. Next, primary valence is easily ionizable. Easily ionizable. Easily ionizable. It means easily ionizable ions. Secondary valence, difficult to ionize, never ionize. Never ionize means non-ionizable, nothing but non-ionizable. The meaning is non-ionizable means those ions or molecules directly contact with the central metal ion which are located in a square bracket, nothing but coordination entity. Next, primary valency satisfied by negative ions only. Secondary valency satisfied by negative ions or neutral molecules. It is satisfied by negative ions only because it is equal to oxidation state. Oxidation state always positive. Positive central metal atom satisfied by negatively charged ions. Positive oxidation state is nothing but primary valence. That is satisfied by negative ions. It is satisfied by negative as well as neutral molecules. So secondary valence decides the shape or geometry of complex. Shape of complex. While drawing the structure, it is indicated with dotted line. It is indicated with thick line. It is indicated with thick line. Otherwise, continuous line, it is a discontinuous line. So these are the points required in Werner's theory of complex compounds. According to Werner's theory, we will draw one structure. CO NH3 6 times Cl3. The central atom is cobalt. It can show two valencies as I told you just now. Primary valence as well as secondary valence. Primary valence easily ionizable. Primary valence nothing but oxidation state. Oxidation state of this complex I am calculating now. X plus 6 0 because NH3 is neutral plus 3 chlorides. 3 chlorides means 3 into minus 1. That is equal to 0. Then where X will be how much? By this X will be totally 3. Oxidation state 3. 3 means primary valency 3. Primary valency 3 means 3 chloride ions are ionizable. Clear it is? Next. Secondary valency numerically equal to coordination number. Inside, how many ligands are directly contacting with cobalt? 6. 6 is the coordination number. So this is secondary valency indicated by thick line. Primary valency indicated by dotted line. Primary valency 3. You need to draw 3 dotted lines. 3 dotted lines. So anywhere you can draw 3 dotted lines. Secondary valency satisfied. Secondary valency indicated by thick lines. Secondary valency is also coordination number. Coordination number means number of ligands. 6 NH3s. It means 6 NH3s acting as ligands, which are, this number is equal to coordination number 6 indicated by 6 thick lines. Clear? Primary valency 3 indicated by 3 dotted lines, satisfied by 3. 3 means minus 3 must be equal to 0. How much required for us? Plus 3. Clear it is? This plus 3 means a primary valency. Plus 3 obtained from 3 Cl minus ions. That's why primary valency satisfied by 3 chloride ions. The primary valency indicated by 3 dotted lines by 3 chloride ions. Secondary valency indicated by 6 thick lines, coordination number 6, that is by 6 NH3 molecules. Like this he has drawn structures. So this is about the Werner's theory of complex compounds. It is important question, 3 marks question. If they give 3 marks question, so how will you write the answer? According to this theory, the central metal atom in a complex compound shows 2 valencies. One is primary valence, another one is a secondary valence. Primary valence equal to oxidation state, secondary valence equal to coordination number. Primary valency is easily ionizable, secondary valence is non-ionizable. Primary valence is satisfied by negative ions. Secondary valence satisfied by negative or neutral molecule like Cl or what is that? NH3 molecules. Primary valence indicated as dotted lines, secondary valence indicated by thick lines. Secondary valence decides the geometry of a complex compound. The secondary valence always fixed. The secondary valence or coordination number for cobalt in cobalt complexes is always 6. You have to remember. Okay. So we'll continue this topic in our next video.